Ronnie Dale here from fourwheelinginwesternaustralia.com. Welcome to another episode of Modified. I have no idea what number this one is, so it'll be on the screen below. Actually, it must be number 35. So right here I have a Holden Colorado, highly requested vehicle. I believe it's the RG Colorado, but let's meet the owner and find out exactly what it is.
Hey Ronnie.
Hey Zach, how you going, mate?
Not too bad.
Good, good. So, Holden Colorado RG.
Yes.
Do you want to tell our audience the engine size, gearbox, and just all the info?
So it's a 2016 RG Colorado. It's got the 2.8 Duramax 2 in it. And it's, four-wheel drive, 6-speed manual. 6-speed manual. And the Duramax motor, so they're the same as the Isuzu? No, the Duramax, and this is actually the same 2.8 that's in the Jeeps.
In the Jeeps?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, so
after a bit of research, yeah, it's the same Italian built motor.
Yeah, Italian diesel motor, isn't
Yes.
it? Yeah, excellent. Well, let's waste no time and get straight into it, eh?
No worries.
I noticed you have an X-Rocks bar.
Yep, so X-Rocks bar, supplied by the guys at Opposite Lock in Coburn.
We are going to get to your lights after the bar work, but I like what you've done here. You've utilised the gaps here.
That was kind of the thing, is just using as much of the factory points on the bar as I could without having to go too crazy.
Yeah, okay. And these recovery points, do they come with the bar?
No, so they're additional. Just gives you that kind of better recovery point, because with the factory ones being kind of so low, if you're in mud or anything, it's quite hard to get to them.
So you can pull off the bar?
Yeah, can pull off the bar, and I've used them before, and they hold up well.
Bash plates, that's part of the X-Rocks, isn't it?
Yeah, so the first one here comes with the X-Rocks bar. As you can see, it's been used, and then I've got a full set of bash plates. Then throughout, they've had to be modified slightly to suit the X-Rocks bar, because they are designed to go with the standard bumper.
So these additional skid plates under, or bash plates, what are they from then?
I think I just got them off eBay, and it's full length all the way down to the transfer case.
But they're made for this?
Yes, they are made for
this car. Okay, but you had to modify them a bit because...
Yeah, because what happens is when they come with them, the plate kind of comes up and turns round to suit the factory bumper, but because you cut so much of the bumper away with the with the X-Rocks bar, it was just a case of just cutting it. Fairly easy.
I noticed you don't have a winch. Is it something you're going to get later, or is it something you don't really think you need?
Well, a winch is something that I do want to do down the track, but it's just not a priority. I'm not going out solo. I just haven't felt the need to have one yet, and I've always got another car that can pull me out.
Yeah, that's it. Well, definitely want to touch on that, because I think most vehicles in Modified have a winch on them, because they got all this other stuff. People tend to put a winch on pretty quick, but yeah, it is a good point, because you don't really need one if you travel with other people, and I suspect you've got max tracks or some kind of boards on the top there.
I've got boards on the roof rack, which is more than enough.
Yeah, it's probably more essential than a winch. But you are still going to get one though.
Yeah, a winch is something down the track, but as I said, it's not a priority.
Side step here. So is that X-Rocks as well, or?
No, they're actually ARB from a D-Max.
Oh, from a D-Max?
Yeah, I got them second hand.
Is that the reason why?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the reason why side steps would be...
Oh, you got a double
bit.
Where did you do that?
Just out in some track in Mundaring. There was actually it was a low tree stump, and as I came round, I couldn't quite get round the bend, and as I reversed, just hit it.
Yeah, that is well worth getting.
Well worth getting. Wish I'd got them sooner.
Yeah. What do you got, mate?
It's a Pioneer tradie tray, because the class is a tradie because of the side.
Pioneer tradie rack.
Yeah.
Oh, so you got the sides.
So it has got the sides, which makes it the tradie over the standard platform.
So open front, open back.
Yeah.
On top of that,
set of recovery boards, then with the Rhino Rack Can-Am pickup points.
What type of boards are these?
They're just from Gumtree, $100.
Yeah, I can see that you've used them. They're a bit cracked, but they're going alright.
They're a bit cracked. They don't flex like Mac Tracks do. And
you've got an awning on that side, and how big is that one?
Awning on that side, that's a 2.5 by 2.5. Just a King's one.
King's awning.
At the front here, it's got the specific Rhino Rack brackets for the light bar, and the same for the spotlights in the back. All the accessories to fit everything on are all Rhino rack.
What are these pickup things there?
So they're, they call them the Can-Am pickups, and it's a kit you get with the pickup points as well as the straps.
Oh, I see. You got the straps around them.
And they're actually specific for the fact they loop round.
That's pretty cool. So you can just move them anywhere you want.
Yeah, so depending if you have, for example, like the swag on one side, have the boards on the other, but then they are also quite versatile. So like when my dad was doing a bit of work at home, we just put the wooden planks the full length, strapped them down, do something a bit better for tying it down than hooking it around the actual side itself.
That's not a bad idea, because you could put something here, there and there, or you can put something big and just latch over.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not a bad idea. Kangaroo jack or
Yep.
farm jack.
Whatever you want to call them.
Yep, high lift jack, shovel.
Shovel, and again they're all with the Rhino rack accessories, which they come as a pack for the shovel and the rack on top.
Now onto lights and comms, and Zach will start with your forward facing lights.
Yeah, so just a set of 9-inch LED spotlights. Changed them, I mean they're just off eBay, but I've changed them from HIDs.
So you went from HIDs to
LEDs.
So how do you find these ones?
They're pretty good, there's decent spread on them, not as much distance as the HIDs had.
Yeah, so good for slow driving then.
Good for slow driving, so when you're kind of power line, like the power line tracks, kind of bush, but when it comes to kind of highway, that's when they kind of suffer.
So as far as usage, are you happy to have gone from these to?
If I was to change lights again, I would probably go back to HIDs, but overall I'm pretty happy with them.
Just for highway basically?
Yeah,
then?
just for highway.
And your light bar up here, so that's a spread as well?
Yeah, so I've got the light bar's a spread and spot combo, so it does a bit of both, more spread than anything.
Do you get reflection off the bonnet?
A little bit, but not a lot. It is very minor, because I've managed to, it's at a point when it's far enough back that the light kind of drops kind of about there, just after the windscreen.
Okay. Oh yeah.
So it actually clears enough off it.
Yeah. But this doesn't irritate you coming back?
Nah.
Okay. And your lights on your roof rack there, so they're your camping lights, you got one on either side?
Yep, so I've got ones on either side, and then there's also two at the back, so they're just all on the one circuit. So,
on one switch?
Yeah, just on one switch.
And everything's lit up?
So then everything's lit up, so whether it's on the track, so I can actually see behind me, down the tracks at the side, or at a campsite, I'm always lit up.
Oh cool, so so you stick them on when you're driving on the tracks as well?
Yeah.
Oh, and these ones down here?
Yep, I use them as kind of getting a bit more spread kind of to the side.
So you can kind of see around the corner before you...
Yeah, see around the corner a bit better, especially if you're going to turn in, you kind of want to know what's there before.
Okay, so if anyone else had one of these Xrox bars, would you highly recommend putting these in?
I would recommend putting them in. It just gives you that additional kind of lighting, especially when I'm not using the light bar. It just gives me that extra spread. And there's also a set of rock lights tucked away underneath.
Communications, GME antenna?
Yep, so it's a 6.6 dB.
6.6.
I've got it high enough so it's the same height as a roof rack.
Do you know how many Ks distance you can get?
I've got about 20 Ks out it before. When in the kind of suburban area, you'll definitely maybe get maybe a K, maybe two. But then I have found when I turned the radio on one night, my mate's up a hill and I was in the pub car park 20 Ks away, picked him up clear as day.
Oh, that's awesome. But you were outside the city then?
Yeah.
So now onto tyres and lift. And I haven't seen Toyo All-Terrains yet. This is the first time I've actually seen some. I know they're probably a popular tyre, but it's the first time I've seen them on a vehicle.
Yeah.
So what are they like? They look pretty new too.
No, these are actually maybe a couple of weeks old, so I've just upgraded to 33s from 31s.
Okay.
I had Toyos on it before.
The same one?
Same model tyre, so it's the Open Country AT2s. Yeah, really have to rate them.
So you obviously like them if you've gone for them again?
Yeah, I like them. They've done everything they need to do. They've never got me stuck in. And from the tyre shop that supplied them, he said he's seen people get 130, 140,000 Ks out of them.
How do they go for noise, like when they start wearing?
From the last ones, which I put maybe about 40,000 on them, still wasn't any noise. So they are very quiet. You maybe get a slight road noise, but next to nothing.
So you recently upgraded tyre size, and that's why you're spewing you haven't got the flares yet.
Yeah,
They're meant to be here.
the flares were meant to be here, but unfortunately when you deal with international people on eBay, they don't understand what urgent is.
That's the usual eBay thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good price, but yeah, you can wait a long time. So fake bead lock?
Fake bead locks, just because they look good. For just the additional money over a standard steel rim, because they're an extra 30-40 bucks, it just looks a lot better. But these are actually much better designed than the old ones that I had, because I had to go for a much wider wheel this time. The old ones had the valve on them. It wouldn't have this cutout here.
Oh yeah, okay.
So you end up having to have these aluminium right-angled valves. And
dynamic steel rim, and what size? 16 by?
They're 16 by 8, negative 13.
Negative 13?
Yeah, just wanted that bit more.
And you need negative 13 to clear the
You
tyre?
can, with the Colorados, you can, on an 8 wide, you can do a plus 20. But I wanted it to be a bit wider and a bit more staunch.
Yeah.
So went for the negative 13.
So your lift then, let's start with the front. So I recognise this colour now, so that's Dobinson.
Yeah, so it's Dobinson's, they say it was the MM or the MRR kit. So it was 2-inch lift with the external reservoirs. So you can actually see them
Oh, it's tucked up there.
Up there at the front.
Yep.
And those fronts are also adjustable. So when I went to the 33s, I actually adjusted them up. And I've got about 3 inch, maybe a little bit more now on the front.
How high?
About 3 inches, maybe a little bit more.
3 inches? Yeah.
I haven't actually measured it.
Okay. You're not worried about your CV angle?
The CV angles are pretty good at the moment.
It doesn't look too bad actually.
No, I mean I would like to put the diff drop in.
Then you've got to modify your bash plate.
Yeah, you got to modify bash plates and a bit more money.
Your lift, what have you done to that? Because you're not carrying much load on the back.
Because it's a U, it does get used, but it's not got a constant load, so it's still the Dobinson shock at the back with the external res again.
Same as the front. Yeah.
Same as the front, but it's a standard lease with a road safe extended shackle. So
Okay.
it gives 2-inch lift at the back.
So 2 inch at the back.
And about 3 in the front.
About 3 in the front. Okay. So that's actually a good point. You don't have to, if you have a tub body or just a tray with no load on it,
Yeah.
you can get away with your leaf pack. Did you have to get it reshaped though at all?
No, I haven't
Didn't
had
have
them.
to?
Haven't had. They are kind of, maybe with the amount of flex that I do, is kind of starting to come out of line, and I probably would like to get them repacked.
Repacked, reshaped. Yeah.
Yeah, at this stage they're
Mm.
going good, and for a standard leaf they do flex a lot.
Engine time. So 2.8 litre Duramax.
Yep, turbo diesel.
But they've Holden badged it.
Yeah, they have. But yeah, as we were saying earlier, it is the same 2.8 turbo diesel that comes in the Jeeps and a few other models.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
You mentioned that. Yeah.
Okay, so 4-cylinder as well.
That snorkel coming in, is that factory?
No, that's just a kind of cheap snorkel off eBay.
Okay, and so snorkel straight into your airbox. That airbox there, you got your standard filter, or
Yeah,
have you?
so, no, it's just standard airbox, standard filter. Probably one of the worst designed airboxes I've ever dealt with. But the fact is,
It's
it's not.
so hard to get out.
It's hard to get out when you have to clean the filter out. There's 3 10mm bolts, and one's actually tucked away down at the back here.
Oh, for 10mm bolts.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you actually have to unbolt it and then move this silicone out the way to then pull it out.
Okay, so
It's
a bit
not
bit of
the
a
best
task.
designed.
So it's not one of those you get the camp and go, oh, I'll just check my air filter. kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, I've always got tools with me, and it's easy enough. It's a
Yeah.
screwdriver and a 10mm, but it can be a bit of a pain.
So your second battery, that is seriously tucked in there.
Yeah, so that tray is the specific one from Outback Accessories, and they do design it in a way that it fits there under the bonnet, tucked away, but only fits up to a certain size battery.
So how many amp hours is that
So
battery?
that's a 60 amp hour.
Oh, so it
battery.
doesn't actually go that far in then?
No, it doesn't actually go that far, and you've probably seen about half of it, maybe a little bit
Okay.
more.
self-maintenance one?
It's a self-maintenance one.
Okay, so you probably want that in that one.
Yeah.
Because to get that out, you have to take this one out, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get it out without taking the main battery out, but it's a bit easier to do it.
Okay. Okay, so before we jump to this other stuff, Intervolt,
Yep, Intervolt DCC Pro.
and that's charging your batteries.
Yep, so
and isolating them.
Yeah, so it's a DC to DC charger for the two batteries, WA owned and built as well.
And I like what you've done with all these relays. You kept them all in the same spot.
Yeah, so that was
right
something with the I don't touch electrical work. I've learned that. So the guys at Audio Precision and Myri, they did all the wiring and they've tidied it up.
Yeah, definitely looks better than your average wiring. Yeah.
And the other thing with that battery tray is the ECU actually has to be rotated as well. So when you actually come with the kit, the ECU normally sits 45 degrees. So with the kit, they give you a specific bracket to actually rotate it.
And that's it here?
Yeah, to make the clearance for the second battery.
Air compressor here?
Yep, so ARB air compressor, just a single one. Used to be in a toolbox, but mounted under the bonnet, just because then I've always got it.
Anything else going on in here?
The other thing to point out, I guess, is the lugs on the battery. They're uni lugs. They're
the clamping ones.
Yeah, so they're actually well, you've got the factory ones which are clamping, but then these uni lugs are actually a specific battery lug, which then gives you two post terminals. So you can actually just hook everything straight onto them.
Yeah. Okay. So you got two terminals here.
Yeah, two terminals, but then the other one, for example, on the rear for the positive is it's got bolt. So I can actually put ring terminals on for all the accessories.
Yeah.
And then the main battery then just goes on to an existing terminal. Saves you having to cut and modify the terminal to suit.
Let's have a look in here, eh?
Yeah.
So you are happy, obviously happy with having a tub.
Yeah, I don't carry a lot of stuff, or when I do, so the tub I like, and also looks a little bit better than trays.
Yeah, I do find that utes look tougher without the canopy on.
Yeah.
Because it kind of makes it look like a wagon.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're not worried about space, I mean, you're saving a lot of weight too, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I've had no need for a tray, so I'm pretty happy with the body.
Tie down points. What? That's not going anywhere, is it?
No, so they're pretty new. I only literally put them in last week. Because what I found is before I had the tonneau cover on, my box was my green one at the back there. But I kind of found it was a bit of a pain when you're having to strap it back the way, because there's no actual tie down points, I guess, to strap down. They're all either to the back or the front.
Oh, for these ones here?
Yeah, for the factory ones. So
Okay.
I went for them as something to actually be able to strap kind of bigger
You-
stuff down.
You can still put stuff on top because they're kind of recessed to the...
Yeah, they aren't any taller than the actual parts on the tray, and with those hooks being able to actually be taken out, no issue.
What do you keep in this one?
So in this box, this is all my recovery gear. So I'll just open up. So this is things like...
That's pretty quick to get to, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quick and easy to get to. So I've got things like my straps, more tie down straps,
Oh yeah.
spare airline, shackles, some kind of cutting down equipment. So cutting out the bush.
Stuff you need in a hurry.
Yeah, again, everything in a hurry, and that's the reason why I went to the smaller box, was so I'm not having to rummage through as much stuff. So
And then in your big case, is that your camping gear then?
yeah,
or-
so in the big case, that's all my camping gear. So things like the stove, sleeping bag.
And then all this space here, you just throw all the other stuff in?
Yeah,
back
that's
in,
just good for the additional space. So whether it's your chairs,
And swag goes on the roof?
yes, a swag I normally put on the roof, just because I like to try and keep the cover on.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you load up, you get more chairs and more
Awesome.
stuff in the back,
Yeah.
like firewood and whatever. Need that bit extra space.
With when I'm standing over tubs like this, it reminds me of when I used to have a free tub and well, my tray's kind of open now, but it is freedom.
Yeah,
I reckon.
freedom. Because the thing is, the ute, I do use it as a ute. Whether it be like when my friends are doing track days, throwing tyres and stuff in the back of it, it does get used as a ute. It's not
Yeah, it's just handy as well.
It's not an out and out.
Interior of the vehicle. Zach's going to show us a few things. Now I can still smell new car smell in here. It's not a smell-o-vision, so you won't be able to smell it. So take my word for it. Okay, so let's start with the new car smell.
Yeah, the car is just over a year old now, so
Yeah.
I have used it. I never think it smells of a new car.
You obviously take pride in your interior.
Yeah, especially after getting a bit of water in it before.
Oh, you had water in before?
Yeah, that wasn't a fun experience.
It never is.
So as you move up in the range, you get the LX or LT, depending on the year, which had carpet, fog lights and alloys. I didn't want carpet, I was happy with the
you
vinyl.
got vinyl?
It's vinyl floor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Vinyl floor and rubber mats, because, yeah, mud, sand,
Yeah, that's awesome.
much better option.
But there is something under the vinyl though.
Yeah, so there's
So that can still get wet though.
Yeah, the foam padding, which it did.
UHF, you got the handset with all the buttons on it.
Yeah, so UHF GME handset. I can't remember the actual model, but everything is all controlled there, so it keeps it nice and tucked behind the dash. So I don't like cluttered dashboards.
I can tell.
So I have tried to keep everything tucked away, neat.
Yeah. So you got your work lights there.
So yeah, so work lights on this side, driving light, so that's the spotlights on this side. Tucked away down here, I've got
Oh, no way. So you open that up.
yeah, so it's a bit of a coin holder, but I've taken it as an extra switch point.
That's pretty cool.
So then I've got the LED light bar, the rock lights, and my compressor. And then tucked away at the side, I've got my interval dual battery monitor. So that links with the actual charger, so I can monitor the voltage of the two batteries and also how many amp hours and what mode it's in. And then I've got the iDrive throttle controller tucked away down there too.
So we're out in the back here, and I noticed something really cool with these seats.
Yeah, the fact they fold up.
Yeah, it's like, because I know that with my dad's Jeep, he has to actually pull the seat out if he wants to do this. But here, you just fold the seat up.
Yeah, and what's good is with it being a 60-40 split as well, it means you can have a third passenger.
Yeah.
You're not limited, because I have seen in other models when the whole seat lifts up.
Yeah, true.
But I love this because it's got the 60-40 split. And I'd say it's one of the better features about the Colorados. And what's good is it means if you do have any dogs or anything like that, you don't have them in the tray, your tray's full, you can keep them in there and you're not getting hair all over the seats.
And you can actually give them more room too.
Yeah, you give them a bit more room.
Yeah, because I noticed how far these seats go forward as well. Like,
Yeah.
we had to move the passenger seat to get out of the frame, and I'm amazed how far it goes forward.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot of leg room.
Yeah. So, onto your fridge.
Yeah, so it's a opposite lock, 40 litre, and then with the opposite lock bag as well.
Did he get it because it fits here?
It was actually, I got it because it was on special.
Yeah.
And then made it work.
That's a good enough reason.
Yeah, so I used to ratchet strap it in with the seat, but then I ended up upgraded to the ARB tie down points, so they're actually mounted into the body, so they'll actually.
All right, so Zach just mentioned something about the front here, which I find really cool actually. So you got your regular glove box here, and I mean that's just with the vehicle. So
Which ends up just full of
keep all your stuff in there.
crap normally.
And then normally you'd have an airbag here, right? But you got another glove box.
Yeah, so I use that glove box to keep all my kind of easy to get to stuff that's necessary, so like head torch, knife, first aid kit, and then
that's
handheld.
cool.
Just keeps everything nice and organised and separate from
Yeah.
all the rubbish, because if you need anything in a hurry, it's all there.
And your airbag's up here then?
So the airbag's up there as well. But the Colorado has a lot of kind of neat storage stuff, so like the cup holders,
Oh, you can make that into
you can take
a
iced
something
coffees
else
in it.
holder.
Alright, iced coffee holder, is it doubles as?
Oh, what a square carton.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then it's also got a bit of a extra storage up there as well. Just again, something, just that little bit extra.
Awesome. I have a newfound respect for Holden again. Yeah. That's pretty impressive, hey? I like what I've done with the interior.
And especially for the base model.
It's kind of turned into a car review here almost. This is really cool. I like this interior. Q&A.
Yep.
So as usual, the first question I'm going to ask you is, I've just bought a Holden Colorado RG 2016. What are the best things that you have done to the vehicle? So not what you recommend I should do to start with, but what are the best things that you've done to your vehicle that you want to tell me about?
I would say big thing, especially if it's a whale body, is tub liner. So something durable like Line X, because I have seen many of the factory tubs getting beat up, scratched, rusting.
And things slide around a bit
And
too.
things slide around, stuff sits a lot better. I'd say wheel and tyres and lift, I'd say would be the other two. The factory comes with very small wheels and tyres, I think they're about like 29, something like that.
They're 29s.
Yeah, they're really small. So doing wheels to give you that more of a lift off the ground for your kind of diff clearance. Yeah, and I think just then the overall lift just makes the car drive a lot better.
So what is the one thing you must have with you when you head out?
Has to be recovery gear.
Recovery gear?
There's kind of, you ask the question to everyone and I think most people give that same answer.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse if you're stuck and you don't have recovery gear.
Well, everyone should have recovery gear with them. So you already have recovery gear. What's the next thing?
The next thing is, for me, is lights. I do a lot of night driving. Yeah, and lights, you can't go without them.
Your top 3 camping items. So it doesn't have to be bolted to the car, just in general. It's just a question that people like to know. Like, people actually go out and do all this camping stuff that haven't been before. They want to know what your top 3 are.
I'd say a good swag, somewhere comfortable to sleep. Your sleeping bag, it kind of goes hand in hand. I guess thirdly would be bug spray.
Bug spray?
Because I always get destroyed by mosquitoes, so
yeah,
bug spray is definitely a big
So
one.
I should be camping with you then?
Yeah.
Because I'm usually the one who gets destroyed.
Yeah, they all
by
come
bugs.
to me.
Yeah. There are a lot of dual cab utes out there. So did the interior have anything to do with you choosing this vehicle? Because I'm really impressed with that interior.
Yeah, I guess the Colorado just kind of ticked all the boxes for me. Number one is, I guess, well, I used to work for them, so.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you got a good price then?
I used to work for Holden, so they looked after me in price. And then price versus specification. I looked at the Ranger, and for the base model one, it was more money, and it got none of the features I love about that. Kind of looked at a couple others. Didn't like the new Navara because I didn't like the motor in it. I felt it felt a bit sluggish, so yeah, the Colorado ticked all the boxes, and I'd say the interior is kind of the big thing. Especially for the base model one, it comes with everything you need.
Sounds like you've done your research then.
Yeah.
So you've been test driving and looking and your top trips.
Camping trip down to Logbrook Dam was really good. Over Christmas and New Year's I went, me and one of my mates, we drove down to Esperance. So that was a great trip, and using the kind of 4-wheel drive WA website I kind of saw the good spots to drive to.
Oh yeah, thanks for the plug.
And then I guess the other point for me would be Lancelin. Just the first time I drove up to it and just kind of standing there looking at the dunes, it was just like nothing else I'd ever seen before.
Yeah, it's a pretty amazing feeling first time you go there.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's where I learned about PSI for the first time, a long time ago. Well, thanks Zach for bringing the vehicle on.
Thanks Ronnie, it's a pleasure.
And if you'd like to know more about this vehicle, as always, just head up there to the website to get all the list of the mods and all that. And it's an excellent vehicle. I mean, I consider this fairly modded, and it's thought out with all the lights and the bash plates and all that stuff. But it's a good vehicle to know that you don't need a winch straight off to start with, although you are getting one.
Yeah.
But it's a good vehicle to sort of see that from. If you'd like to support the creation of this kind of content, you can head to patreon.com/RonnieDale and you can subscribe right here. Thanks for watching. See ya.